Okay, so if you've been listening to me and you can't quite figure out what I am, I understand. I already told you in one video that I do marketing. I am not a marketer. I don't claim that as any sort of identity, because identities are dangerous. What I am is the clarity that your coach is not incentivized to give you, because then if they did, you would not need to be in their $97 a month community anymore. What I do at this app and across the internet, I provide digital products that I have created to give more clarity, to give insight. I have tools that I'm developing. If you don't want to use ChatGPT to write your content, I have a tool/game that is currently in development. I have digital security options. If your TikTok or IG or Facebook accounts keep getting cloned, I have options to help you deal with that. None of these are free. All of these are at a certain price, and they're all in production right now. If you want to know more about them, you have to follow me and you have to keep up with the content that I'm creating here. I'm also here to dispel nonsense that I have seen, entities that I have labeled webinar popes, marketing popes, sales popes, funnel popes, and all of their ilk that live on Mount Kajabi, and the nonsense that they say that continues to sound contradictory and confusing, because if there's one thing that I can't stand is confusion from people who say that they are here to help. And that is basically all I've seen over the last 3 years. Are some of them good? Yes. There are several that are very good. I'm more interested in digital marketing, because if your marketing is good enough, the sales are going to come automatically, where you do not have to use pressure or manipulation or any kind of stupid tactics to get someone to buy if they are already interested in what you have for them. When it comes to digital marketing, I use attraction marketing, which is something that has worked for me. I got my first sales from the first 2 products I created 3 months after I got started in this endeavor. YouTube is the only type of social media that I use. I have used Facebook in the past. Facebook is a dumpster fire. TikTok is worse because it creates dopamine addicts who want to go viral because they crave external validation more than they crave personal growth or making any kind of income online. I have 3 newsletters that I run, one at Beehive, one at Medium, and one at Substack, because you literally do not have to do digital marketing only on social media. In fact, there is a massive, massive push to get people off of social media, because all of those apps are designed to destroy human souls. Doing business online is incredibly easy. All you have to do is like people at least a little bit, which means you like yourself at least a little bit. You have curiosity and you are a problem solver. This is a skill that you can develop if you don't know how to do it right now. My time spent in the culinary industry was a good training ground for me to see problems and want them fixed in the next 5 minutes. And you can take skills like that and apply it wherever you see people having challenges with things in their life. If you know how to solve a problem for yourself, someone else is looking for that solution. And I don't make guarantees, but I can guarantee that is very, very true. And once you know how to monetize that solution, you will have people throwing all of their money at you for that solution. It is that simple. If you want to live a sovereign life, you are going to have to get marketing skills and have something to sell and a problem to solve. And then, like I said, people will throw all of their money at you. That is not a promise or a guarantee. It depends on the problem that you're solving. Some problems that I am solving come at $5 a pop. I have a service that is $20,000 and very, very limited and exclusive. We do not necessarily go into business for the money alone. We go into it because we want to be sovereign and do whatever we want with our lives, whether that means hanging out at the coffee shop all day, hanging out at the beach all day, staying in the house and making more digital products for solutions. If we want to create services, Whatever we want to do is basically the point, because 99% of people out there are living lives on default. And if you're one of them and don't want to be living life on default anymore, you've got to get certain skills that can help you get out of that default life, because that's not going to happen magically on its own. It literally is not. And if you're wondering if any of this is hard, no, it is not hard. But then again, hard is just as subjective as good. I'm not going to tell you something stupid like, pick your hard, because if you're listening to this, you already know what that means. And that's what you've been doing for the longest time already. So if you are ready to choose and decide to do something that's a little easier than what you've been doing for the longest time, then you got to keep watching my content. You got to keep hearing the stuff I'm saying. And I do get into some of the spirituality and frequency side with business ownership, because these things are absolutely 100% linked. And if you've never heard of frequency before, just keep watching, just keep listening, and I will explain it in ways that the spirituality popes at YouTube will make you listen to videos for years before it finally makes sense. All right.